Human beings do not make decisions logically. None of us do. What makes your best friend your best friend is the trust factor. And what is the trust factor? You know more about them than you probably know about most other people that you're friends with. So notice what I said. They're your best friend because you know more about them than you know about most other people. Notice I didn't say you're their best friend because they know more about you. They're your best friend because you know more about them. It's the same thing with customers. The more a customer shares with you about themselves, not you about yourself, the more you can get a person to open up to you about themselves, the more comfortable they'll feel with you. Think about it going out on a date. Would you want anybody that you're going out on a date with to spend the whole night talking about themselves? Or would you want them to ask and find out something about you? Right? It happens all the time. None of us like being in crowds with people that just talk about themselves the whole time. We avoid them like the plague. But we all love being around people who asking us what we're into and giving us a chance to speak. Why? Because people love to speak about themselves. And there are some people, y'all, you're going to run into. One thing you don't realize is nobody in their personal life respects them, listens to them, may not care if they live or die. But guess what? When they come in here, you have the opportunity to be a bright spot in somebody's day. And I mean that genuinely. Do you realize that some customers will open up to you more about what's going on in their personal and private life than they will their family members and friends? Why do you think somebody would do that? Now I want y'all to understand something. If you can get somebody to feel comfortable speaking with you, opening up to you from the heart about the people, places, and things that they love the most, imagine when it's time to talk about that piece of plastic or metal. When it's time for you to ask them questions about that vehicle, that's nothing. They've spoken to you about their significant other, about their life, about their job, about their kids. That's why asking questions early on is so important. And it establishes a rhythm. From the moment we go out to greet the customer, we welcome them, and then we do things. I'm not going to give y'all an answer because y'all about to write. We do certain things. And if you really pay attention to the dynamic, it's a back and a forth. Meaning, I ask, you answer. I ask, you answer. We have to establish that rhythm. And we have to maintain that control. Because you can't close what you can't control. And control don't mean like telling the customer what to do. It means leading the conversation because you'll know where it needs to go. Because if every person could come into the dealership and get what they want, what do you think everybody would want when they come to the dealership if they could get it? Besides a car free. What do you think every customer would come, get, and leave if they could without dealing with a salesperson or going through the sales process? Wouldn't they want to just walk in and say, hey, what's the best price y'all can give me? We give it to them and then they can leave and go see and shop, right? That's what they would want. They don't want to have to deal with a salesperson. They don't want to have to go through all that. You know, why do you think we have the steps in the process that we do? To build value. It's like this. It's like if this computer, this Alienware, right? If I said, hey, any of y'all want to buy this laptop? And, you know, tell me how much you want to pay me for it. One of y'all might say 20 bucks. Somebody might say 50 bucks. Somebody might say 100. But if I said, hey, I got a Alienware with 5 terabyte hard drive and XYZ, this, that, and the other cameras and one of the fastest, best gaming systems on the market. Now that you know more about it, you may be willing to invest more in it. Same exact computer, you just learned more about the features and the benefits that come with it. That's what our responsibility is. These people are smart. They can look online and see that a vehicle's 21 something or 43 something. Our responsibility is to take them through the process because if somebody, think about it logically, okay? Human beings do not make decisions logically. None of us do. Y'all or me. If we all thought logically, guess what? Nobody would smoke. Nobody would eat meat. Nobody would drink alcohol. Nobody would go and work their life away just to retire broke. None of us would do half of this crap. People buy 90% based off emotion, and we back it up with 10% logic. Does a person need 3 cars? No. But you know what they'll tell you? Well, I got them just in case one breaks down. Okay, that's the logical response. But did they all have to be a Mercedes, a Beamer, and a Maserati? No. Ego, emotion. But the logical reason I'll give you is if one goes down, I've got other reliable means of transportation. Think about a customer who has a vehicle, only had it for 3 years, maybe 4 years, still paying on it, still got coverage on it and everything. Logically, does it make sense for that person to come in on a vehicle that they almost got paid off, to trade it in to get something else to start over? Does that make sense? Well, It doesn't make sense, but that logically, but emotionally, why do you think somebody might be motivated to do that?
They want something new.
They want the newest. They want the newest infotainment center. They want the latest and the greatest. So that's emotional, right? Logically, they would say, well, you know, my coverages are getting ready to wear out. So I can get somebody. You could have got extended coverages. You ain't got to get a whole new car for that. But the logical justification is, you know, I need additional coverage. But the emotional is, man, I like driving the new. And there are people like that every 3 or 4 years. That's you, yeah. There's people like anything new. They like, nope, gotta get the latest. You know, that's how they roll. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you haven't already, please hit that like button because it really helps the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscription and make sure that you click the notification bell so you'll be updated whenever I release new videos. And last but definitely not least, make sure that you check out the Selling for Success sales training portal. It has sales training courses, audios, videos, manuals, everything you need to catapult your sales results to a whole new level. So remember, check out sellingforsuccess.org, the sales training portal. I'm Brian Maxwell saying again, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you at the top.